Hey everyone, 95 Fathoms here, and welcome to my Gen 3 Kanto hunt for my Rhydon quest, in which I am hunting for Rhydon, or Rhyhorn as necessary, in every unique game across the Pokemon series. Now, as you'll know if you've watched some of my older videos, I hunted this once before, and unlike with Gen 2 Rhydon, where I phased but didn't get it, I did flat out phase until I found and caught Rhyhorn in the FRLG Green Safari Zone back in 2022. The reason why I hunted this again has been the same reason catalyzing a redo of a handful of Rhydon hunts I had already completed, which is that I didn't get the first one live, only with a live reaction. That may seem silly and arbitrary, but I feel strongly about wanting reasonably good quality footage across every hunt on this quest. If I'm going to undertake something as broad and sweeping as this, I want to do it right, or more specifically, in a way that feels satisfying to me. My preference, in the case of rehunting a target like this, is to do my best to mix it up, but Fire Red Leaf Green doesn't really give you any options here, unless I wanted to do Full Odds Eggs without Flame Body, and no, I emphatically did not. So my only option was to return to the Kanto Safari Zone. Technically, I guess you can hunt it in the northern area instead of the main one you see here on screen, but it's basically the same hunt, just less optimal. So I stuck with the level 23 Repel trick in the main area that boosts Rhyhorn to 30.77%. Or I started with that anyway. I eventually bumped that up to a level 25 Repel trick to boost Rhyhorn to 40%, which I had avoided doing before because I liked having the chance to phase on Scyther, Pinsir, or Chansey, something I actually did do on my first Rhyhorn, as low as the odds are for that. I initially started this rehunt before I'd really properly planned out my return to this quest, and then life and other hunts got in the way, so despite how fast Safari hunts can go, the first phase was back in March 2023, and I actually finished this out in September 2024, so there's a pretty wide gap between some of these phases. But anyway, without further ado, let me jump into the footage and show you my journey looking for this shiny Rhyhorn.
Oh, shiny Exeggcute! Whoa, what? That was not expected.
Okay, shiny Exeggcute. This is like my fourth one, I think. I've failed like 3 of them, only caught 1 of them, so I wouldn't mind catching this, but I also don't care. Phase 1 for my second Rhyhorn, so let's just see what happens. 1, 2, 3, broke out. Ah. All right. It was only 688 encounters, so like super quick. So I'm not like, there's no way I'm upset about it.
Oh, shiny Nidorina! Dang, that's super fast. Okay.
All right, phase 2 for my second Gen 3 Kanto Rhyhorn is shiny Nidorina after 2,518 encounters, way under odds. Whatever. I don't need fast hunts for Safari, but I guess I'll take it. It's cool. This is a 15.38% chance with the Repel trick that I'm doing. It is more common in Leaf Green, so this isn't the rarer of the two. But I've caught one of these before. I failed one before, I think only one. But I'm kind of neutral on catching it. I would prefer to find this over Nidorino because I've completed that whole line. But the Nidorina I really would have wanted to catch was the one I found after 6 encounters. Or like, first encounter on 6 games. So anyway, let's just throw a ball at it and see what happens. This is on my Leaf Green DTQ file. And it broke out immediately. And it fled. Okay. I did say I was neutral about catching it, and Nidorina took that as a challenge.
Shiny Nidorina. Shiny Nidorina, and it's on my original Leaf Green game. Finally. Oh my god.
Alright, phase 3 for my second Rhyhorn in Fire Leaf Green Safari comes in 18,068 encounters, definitely over double odds, but I don't even feel that bad about it because A, it's Safari, and B, I still feel like I have a lot of good luck that I had last year to make up for. So especially if it's in the Safari, who cares? I honestly was ready for this phase to really go the distance. But instead we got a Nidorina. It's like a 15.38%. Rhyhorn is a 30.77%, so I'm a little irritated to get another one of these in a row. I've found 3 before. I've only caught one of them, so I wouldn't say no to catching it, but either way, it's a phase. So let's just see what happens. 1 ball, 2 shakes, 3 shakes. Caught first ball. Okay, I mean, I'll take it. That completes. No, it doesn't complete the line because I don't have a Nidoran female. I have 2 Nidorina, but not a Nidoran female. I'm not gonna give her a nickname right now. Cool to catch it on the first ball. It's satisfying. I'm excited to get a shiny. Oh boy, I've had so much stuff going on. Let me save actually before I go anywhere. I've had so much stuff going on since I got the Burmy. I had to do the Elite. I had to play through with my Moth Team quest and beat the Elite Four and do all of that. I've been setting up a couple of things. I started a new hunt because I have no self-control, and this week has been nuts. I've had lots of very fun computer problems. And so it feels nice to get a shiny. Finally, it's been like a month since I got the male Burmy. I think it's in my party. I don't know why I went all the way back here. It's just like force of habit. You may notice that I commented when I got it that it was finally on the original original Leaf Green cart. My original Leaf Green cart actually has had crazy shiny luck overall. It's gotten 3 random shinies, I believe. It was one of my first shinies. It was my second shiny, the earliest one that I still have, because my original Sneasel I lost. A Bellsprout on this cart, not on this save, was my second shiny ever. It was a random. Not really what I would have wanted, but I got it. And then I got a random Sentret and a random Golbat. I think the Sentret I think is on my Ruby right now for some reason. I don't know why I traded it over. I think the Golbat is still here, but it's had really good random luck. But I looked at my spreadsheet recently, and I don't know what I was looking at or looking for, but I noticed that my original Leaf Green only had 1 hunted shiny on it. I looked, and the third Spearow of the Spearow triad that I got while phasing for originally Jigglypuff, and then ended up getting Pidgey and stopping there. That was the one and only hunted shiny this game has gotten, which is insane. And I did the math, and I'm at it's like 27,000 encounters this game has done since the last shiny, so it's crazy. So it's definitely was overdue to get a shiny. But let's check the nature. It's mild nature. I forgot to do a guess. Quiet would be my default nature guess, so it's not that. But there she is. A lot of people don't like Nidoqueen's shiny. I love Nidoqueen's shiny actually. But I'm not gonna do anything with this one because it's not like as a part of a quest. I definitely want to do something with one that I hunt in Gen 5 at some point. But if I ever were to do anything with a Gen 3 Nidorina, I would I don't know, hunt it specifically in a quest, so. But there she is. Cool find and catch, I guess. Since I've failed 3 of these in a row, no, 2 of these in a row. I failed the one that I got first encounter, and then I failed the first one, the last shiny that I found on this. I guess it's cool to find one that I get to keep. Shiny Nidorino. Oh, man. Okay. That's like the... Isn't it like a 7.69% with this Repel trick? Alright, so this came after 3,438 encounters. I double-checked. This is indeed a 7.69%. So, it's normally a 5%, and it gets boosted to that. I have found 3... Nidorino in the Safari Zone before, one of them at this percentage with the Repel trick, one at the base 5%, and then another at the Repel trick percentage in Fire Red, which is 15.38. And I have found and caught 3 Nidoran male. I've caught 2 of my 3 Nidorino, so it's a shiny. Just gonna see what happens. Another phase for Rhyhorn. And it's gone. Alright. Another phase for Rhyhorn down. That's phase 4 for the 30%. I don't know what it is about Rhyhorn in the Safari Zone that really does not want to show up for me, because I went over phase odds on my first one too. But all I can do is keep plugging away. So that's what I'm going to do. And I'll see you in the next phase.
Oh, Shiny Rhyhorn! Shiny Rhyhorn! Dang! I was not expecting that to shine today. Oh my god. Okay. Alright. Still gotta see if I catch this, so just give me a minute and I will switch over to a single screen. Alright, Shiny Rhyhorn in the Safari Zone after only 4,128 encounters, so just a little over half odds. As I said, I really wasn't expecting this to shine today. In fact, I wasn't planning to hunt this at all. I was working on playing through my the post game in my Moth Team file so I can finish that quest off once and for all, and so I was doing that on the side, trying to do other things, and this hunt was just the most multitaskable for something like that. So I decided to work on it, and here we go, Shiny Rhyhorn. But obviously this is Safari Zone, so I don't know that I'll catch it. I caught my first one, and you see some people have really bad luck with Rhyhorn, so I've sort of been anticipating that I'm going to find one and have to fail it before I find like at least one more to catch. So I'm anticipating a fail on this, anticipating more phases, but obviously I would love to catch this. But let's just go for it. Ball 1. 1, 2, 3. 3 shake fake. Alright, stayed. It stayed. Ball 2. 1, 2. Broke out. And it's gone. Dang. I knew that was going to happen, but still disappointing. Alright. Hopefully it takes fewer phases to find Rhyhorn number 2, since I keep taking forever to find one of the most, like, annoying Pokemon in the Safari for people who hunt here long enough.
Rhyhorn! Wow. Alright, this is phase 6 for my second Rhyhorn here to get it live on capture card. This came at 17,248 encounters, so pretty substantially into it, but I actually have had this on hold for a while I focused on the Heart Gold Soul Silver roamers and dealt with 8 million other things that weren't shiny hunting. So this is, I just did 248 encounters tonight, so I just jumped back into this, just started up with 4 times hunting again instead of just 2 times, and I have this whole phase been doing the level 25 repel trick that makes Rhyhorn 40%. It does cut out the rares, but I am ready to be done with this hunt, so I just said, screw it, we're gonna go for the 25. Level 25 repel trick. Obviously, it's no guarantee that we catch this, just like with the last one, which was the prior phase here. Was the Rhyhorn I failed. Yes, okay, sorry. Again, it's been a hot minute. That was in April. It is August 21st, so it's been a little bit. Well, let's throw a ball and see what happens. If I don't catch it, you know, that's how Safari goes, but I would love to be done with this hunt. It broke out. It's watching. Alright, ball 2. Broke out immediately. It's watching. Ball number 3. 1. Broke out. Dude, that's annoying. Alright, as I said, that's how Safari goes. So, I'll jump back into it and I'll see you in phase 7. Oh, shiny Rhyhorn! Dang, okay. Alright, three phases in a row here, we got Rhyhorn. Let me switch to a single screen and we will see if this is the one I catch. Okay, after 6,736 encounters, shiny Rhyhorn on, I realized the same game that the last one came on, which is wild. Little bit under odds, but the last one was pretty over odds, so that's a little bit to be expected. I'm not gonna beat around the bush too much. I've seen a few of these, and I hope I catch this one. I mean, it's not a super horrible catch, but okay, there we go. Yeah, got it first ball. Oh my god, that is such a relief. I'm definitely gonna have a nickname, but dude, I'm gonna retire so fast. This is surreal. I don't know, I was not in a mindset to get this. Certainly not to get another Rhyhorn. I know I changed it to the 40% repel trick, but still, I was not expecting to get it 3 phases in a row, and I mean, my luck on catching it has been so stupid so far. I was just kind of expecting it to continue to go poorly. I'm gonna nature guess. I always get terrible natures on my Rhyhorn, Rhydon. I've gotten like quiet, modest, like crazy bad natures. So we're just gonna go and guess timid. It's brave. So that's plus attack minus speed. It's actually pretty good for it. So because I predicted it was going to have a god-awful nature, it had a good one. Oh, hey, that Golbat is... that was a random Golbat that I found. I forgot about that one. That was from years ago when I was working on my Gen 3 living decks. Regular living decks, obviously. Let's show this off. I spent so long hunting in Kanto Safari to get my first Rhyhorn, and I have spent so long hunting for this second Rhyhorn, and the undercurrent thought I've had throughout the entire thing is how annoyed people get at Rhyhorn in the Safari Zone when they hunt like Chansey and they've found their like 20th Rhyhorn and they're so tired of them. And I know someday I'm gonna end up like going for Chansey and I'm gonna get 300,000 of these things and I'm gonna be livid that I went out of my way to hunt 2 of these and I went over phase odds for both of them. Just like... But there it is. Got my second Gen 3 Shiny Rhyhorn. Obviously, I'm going to evolve it into Rhydon, and I will show that off as well. That's the whole point of the Rhydon quest after all. We're supposed to be getting Rhydon. And unfortunately, you can't get Rhydon directly in Fire Red Leaf Green. And I actually had a moment where I was thinking about... I guess I was thinking about Gen 1 Rhydon, and I already did that hunt. I already got that. Rhydon in Gen 1, I did it through the yellow trade for the Rhydon quest, but it does also appear in the wild in Cerulean Cave in red and blue, and in the Japanese green and Japanese blue. Anyway, as I was saying, I hunted Shiny Rhydon in Gen 1 through the trade in yellow, which is the only way you can get it shiny in Gen 1 without any sort of glitch. Because Rhydon is available in the wild, actually, in Cerulean Cave, but you can't hunt wild Pokemon in Gen 1. And I guess I was thinking about that, and I was like, okay, well, I would get a chance to hunt it in the remake when shinies exist. And then I was like, well, wait, but yeah, it doesn't exist in Cerulean Cave and Fire Red Leaf Green, which is... one thing that does really disappoint me about Fire Red Leaf Green is how much they changed the encounter tables. I mean, even forgetting, like, the weird decision to make a bunch of water Pokemon version exclusive that weren't in the original games, like Slowpoke, Staryu, Shelder, and Psyduck are all version exclusive, and they were not in Red and Blue. I don't understand why they did that, but also, like, some like crazy Pokemon were able to be found in Red and Blue, like Wild Rhydon, like Wild Raichu in the Power Plant. I mean, Cerulean Cave in general has some really crazy encounters in Gen 1, one of which being Chansey, and I'm kind of glad that they kept that out of Cerulean Cave just because the Safari Chansey wouldn't be as cool. But anyway, it's just, it would have been so cool to be able to hunt even a low percentage Rhydon directly in Cerulean Cave, and I'm just bummed that Fire Red Leaf Green changed that. So the all of that to say, I will evolve this Rhyhorn and show it off in the next part, but for now, very, very excited to have finally caught this Rhyhorn and to be able to move on to the next, the next reclaim-ish. I have to redo Gen 4, because I found both my Rhydons for Gen 4, but I did not get them live on capture cards, so I'm going to be going for those again next. But as always, take care, and best of luck on all your hunts.